Listen, man. I want you to think about something for a moment. How many hours have people wasted staring at a phone, waiting for a message that never came? You send a text. A few minutes pass. Then an hour. Then half a day. Suddenly you're checking WhatsApp every 10 minutes, reopening Instagram, wondering if she's online, wondering why she saw your story but didn't reply. And before you know it, a simple delay has turned into a storm inside your head. Maybe you've been there. Maybe you're there right now. A woman who used to respond quickly suddenly becomes distant. The conversations get shorter. The effort feels different. The energy changes. And the first question most men ask is, what did I do wrong? But here's what most men never realize. The moment someone starts pulling away isn't just a test of the relationship. It's a test of your emotional stability. Because what happens next reveals far more about you than it does about her. Most men react before they think. The silence makes them uncomfortable. And uncomfortable people often do desperate things. They send another message. Then another. They create excuses to start conversations. They try to explain themselves when nobody asked for an explanation. They begin fighting a problem that may not even exist. Think about it. A woman takes longer than usual to reply. Nothing has actually happened yet. But inside his mind, he's already imagined rejection, betrayal, loss, and failure. He's responding to a story he created, not reality. And that's dangerous. Because when emotions take control, judgment usually leaves the room. Here's where things get interesting. Not every withdrawal is about you. People have complicated lives. She may be stressed. She may be dealing with family issues. She may be focused on work. She may be confused about what she wants. Or maybe she's simply losing interest. The truth is, you often don't know. And that's exactly why chasing answers rarely works. When you don't have enough information, your mind tries to fill in the blanks. Most of the time, it fills them with fear. That's why so many men become obsessed with finding explanations. They want certainty. They want reassurance. They want control over something they can't control. But emotional maturity begins when you accept that not every question receives an immediate answer. Let me tell you something. One of the strongest qualities a man can develop is the ability to sit with uncertainty without falling apart. That doesn't mean becoming cold. It doesn't mean pretending you don't care. It means refusing to let your emotions drag you around like a leash. A grounded man notices changes. But he doesn't panic because of them. He observes. He pays attention. He gives people room to show who they really are. And that's important because pressure often reveals more than questions ever will. When someone feels chased, they usually move further away. When someone feels free, their intentions become easier to see. So what should you actually do when a woman starts becoming distant? Focus on your own life again. Not as a tactic. Not as a game. Not because some dating coach told you to. Because your life should never become smaller because another person became quieter. Go back to the things you've neglected. Finish the project you've been postponing. Get back into the gym. Read the book collecting dust on your shelf. Spend time with friends you've ignored. Improve your skills. Build something. Create something. Move forward. A surprising number of men stop investing in themselves the moment they become emotionally invested in someone else. And that's where problems begin. Because attraction isn't built on desperation. It's built on having a life worth living. Now let's talk about something deeper. Many men secretly tie their self-worth to a woman's attention. As long as she's texting, they feel confident. As long as she's interested, they feel valuable. As long as she's present, they feel secure. But the moment she becomes distant, their confidence disappears. Why? Because their confidence wasn't coming from themselves. It was borrowed. And borrowed confidence always comes with a deadline. Real confidence is different. Real confidence survives unanswered messages. It survives rejection. It survives disappointment. Because it's rooted in character, not validation. And if she comes back? Good. Nothing wrong with that. But don't act like the last few days never happened. Pay attention. Watch her actions. See whether her effort matches her words. A healthy relationship isn't built by one person carrying all the weight. It's built by two people choosing each other consistently. If she returns with genuine interest, great. If she returns only when she's bored, lonely, or looking for attention, you'll notice the difference. Provided you've remained calm enough to see it. And if she never comes back? That hurts. There's no reason to pretend otherwise. But sometimes a person's absence teaches you more than their presence ever could. Sometimes distance reveals what wasn't meant to stay. Sometimes disappointment forces growth that comfort never would. The end of one connection doesn't mean the end of your story. It simply means life is asking you to keep moving. The truth is, man, your value was never determined by a text message. It was never determined by a reply time. And it was never determined by whether one person chose to stay. People will come into your life. Some will stay. Some won't. That's reality. What matters is whether you lose yourself every time someone leaves. Because a man who knows who he is doesn't need to chase clarity from people who willingly create confusion. He remains respectful. He remains calm. And he continues building his life regardless of who decides to walk beside him. So if she's pulling away right now, don't make the mistake of chasing harder. Pay attention. Give space. Focus on what you can control. And remember this. The strongest response isn't always a message. Sometimes it's the quiet confidence of a man who refuses to abandon himself. And that's something no rejection can ever take away.